Welcome, welcome. Let's do some yoga. All right. Let's start on our backs. Go ahead and come down. Once you get down, hug your knees into your chest. Oh, good squeeze. Start to make some circles around and around. A couple times in each direction. And then eventually you decide. So maybe the feet to the ground with the knees knocking together. Maybe you want Supta Baddha Konasana. Maybe you want full body with the arms overhead, or maybe hands by your side for Savasana. But just decide what feels good for a little bit of centering here. Go ahead and find a little bit of peace and relaxation. Maybe noticing the breath. Noticing any sensations through the body. Noticing if you can't release a little bit of tension from the face and the jaw. Relaxing behind your third eye. Wherever you are, wherever you've begun to settle in, notice if you can't find just a little bit more relief, a little bit more heaviness through the body. Knowing full well the earth is there to support you. And the rise and the fall, the belly, and chest. Noticing the sounds around you. And the feeling of the air on your skin. Taking a few more moments here to let go of the day. Releasing through the mind as you quiet the mind, the body, and the spirit. Next breath, if you haven't already, go ahead and extend the legs. Reach the arms up overhead. Find a great big full body stretch. Reach through fingers, reach through toes. And then walk your feet back in towards your body. Let the knees fall together and then bring your palms to your heart. Just allowing your thumbs to rest on your chest. Eyes are closed. Take a great big breath in. Open up the mouth and let it go. Again, inhale. And exhale. Last time to pull in all the air. Part the lips and release, let it go. From here, take a moment to set an intention or a dedication, deciding what it is that you'd like to receive as we make our way through breath and movement tied together in the next 60 minutes. And then eventually bringing your thumbs up to your forehead, taking a moment to find gratitude, thanking yourself for creating this time for yourself here on your mat. And then from here, go and release your hands down by your sides, extend your left leg out, and then hug your right knee into the chest. Interlace the fingers right there on top of that right shin. And then just start to make some circles with that right knee, starting to feel a little bit of a pinch through that right hip as you roll around, a little bit of sensation on the low back. And then switch the direction, opposite roll around. Maybe each time bringing that knee a little closer in towards the chest. And then eventually finding your way back through center. One more time to squeeze the knee in towards the chest. And then this time, bring the knee to the outside of the rib cage. So start to feel that thigh come a little bit further out. And then pull that knee back in towards the shoulder. Go ahead and flex the toes in towards the shin. Feel a nice, again, little pinching sensation through the right hip flexor. Again, big breath to maybe find a little bit more space, pulling that knee a little bit closer. And then from here, go ahead and drop that right foot down to the inside of the left thigh, and then release the right knee over towards the right, coming into our supine tree. So maybe walking that right foot up a little bit closer in towards the groin. And then from here, reaching the arms up overhead, interlace the fingers, and then press the palms up towards the sky. Point the left toes, and then find a little bit more length. Flex the left toes in. One more time to point the left toes out, and then flex the left toes in. Release the bind overhead. Go ahead and bring that right knee back up in towards the chest. This time, we're going to find our half happy baby. So use the right hand to grab onto the outside of the foot and then start to reach that right foot up, keeping the knee pulling in towards that right armpit. And then again, seeing if you can't find that space outside of the right rib cage. Pulling the toes in towards the shin and then feeling a little bit of sensation as you open up through that inner and outer thigh. Last breath here. And bring that right foot in towards the chest. Maybe you grab onto that right foot with the left hand, or maybe you start to sneak that right foot into the left elbow crease. Maybe right hand to the right knee, or maybe you start to lift your chest up and then find connection with those fingers as you bring that right shin in towards the chest. Maybe you find a little bit of movement as you rock side to side. If the chin is up, look up towards the sky. One more breath, rocking from side to side. Go ahead and release your head down if you're lifted. One more time, squeeze that right knee into the chest, and then we pull the knee across the body, coming into our supine twist, and that right knee across over towards the left, sending the gaze over towards the right fingertips. Maybe using that left hand to help guide that right knee a little bit closer to the earth, but really working to keep right shoulder pressing into the mat. One more breath. And finding your way back through center. Go ahead and extend the right leg long. Again, arms up overhead, big full body stretch. Wiggle through fingers, wiggle through toes, maybe making some circles with the ankles and the wrists. And then pulling that left knee into the chest, squeeze it in. Interlacing the fingers on top of that left knee, and then making some circles around and around. Making the circles as small or as large as you like. And then switching it out, opposite direction. One more time through this rotation. And then again, knee pulls in towards the chest to start. And then we slowly begin to slide that left knee to the outside of the rib cage. Feeling a nice pinch through that left hip flexor, maybe pulling those left toes in towards the shin. Another inhale. And then go ahead and release that left foot down to the ground, to the inside of the right thigh. Setting up for tree again. One more time, arms find their way up overhead, interlace the fingers, and then press the palms up. Flex the right toes in and point the right toes out. Flex the toes in and point the toes out. Go ahead and bring that left knee back in towards the chest. And then from here, I'm gonna find that half happy baby. So grabbing onto the outside of that left foot, sending the left foot up towards the sky as you work to pull the left knee in towards the left armpit. Noticing the longer that you're here, perhaps that knee can come a little bit closer towards the shoulder, towards the ground. Final deep breath here. And then bringing that shin across the chest, options to grab onto the outside of the foot, outside of the knee. Maybe you lift yourself up, bringing the knee to the inside of the elbow, foot to the inside of the right elbow. If you are lifted, send the gaze up towards the sky, and then notice if the chest can come a little closer to the shin a little bit closer to the chest. Final deep inhale. And then slowly, if you're up, come on back down, bringing that knee back into the chest. One more time. This time, sweeping the knee across the body, finding supine twist, extending the left arm out. Again, noticing if that right hand can't help to facilitate a little bit deeper twist, but not forcing anything, not yanking. And then slowly coming back to center. This time, keep the left knee hugging in towards the chest. And then bring your hands behind your head, interlace the fingers. Start to lift your chest up. And then bring the right knee toward, the right elbow towards the left knee. Come back through center and then switch it out. Extending left leg, bringing right knee in, bringing left elbow to right knee. Just beginning to take it side to side through our bicycles. Trying to keep the head lifting, but using the abdominals to keep yourself lifted rather than pulling through the head. Keep going side to side for 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. This time, bringing both knees in towards the chest. Go ahead, keep the hands behind the head, lift up, bring the nose towards the knee towards the nose, and then bring the elbows towards the outsides of the knees. Hug it all in, squeeze through the belly, keep breathing for 5, 4, 3, maybe you can lift up a little bit more, 2, and 1. Lower down. Keep the knees in one more time to make some circles. And then bring that right ankle on top of the left. Go ahead and take a couple rock and rolls the length of your mat, a little bit of a massage for the spine. And then eventually finding your way into your tabletop position, rolling over onto hands and knees. Immediately finding your way through a few rounds of cat and cow, if that's what feels good. If there's an alternative you would like to take, maybe sending the hips back to child's pose, maybe taking some circles through the hips. Just do what feels good here. About 5 more breaths. So getting into the spine, back into the hips again, shoulders, releasing any tension through the neck. 1 more breath. And then eventually coming into our neutral tabletop, take a look down, make sure that you're stacking everything up properly, hands underneath of the shoulders, hips over top of the knees. And then from here, go ahead and bring that right knee in towards the nose and then kick it back. Keep that right foot lifted. Pull the right toes in towards the shin, lift up, and then reach the left fingers long. Coming into spinal balance. Plug that left shoulder in, spark those right fingers, lots of space. One more breath to hold, and then bring it all in together. Extend, and then squeeze elbow to knee. Take 2 more rounds. Last time through. And this time come back to extension, bend into that right knee, reach around, grab for the foot. Maybe there's connection, maybe there's not. Wherever you are, feeling yourself lift up through the chest. Take another big breath. Go ahead and release the arm and the leg back out. This time, flip that left palm over towards the left and then send the right toes to the right. Bring it back through center. Open up the leg and the arm and then back through center. 2 more times. Through center, feel the abs. Last time. Come back to balance. Drop the left hand down. Bring that right knee in towards the nose and then step the right foot forward. Wiggle the right foot so that the knee is over the ankle. And then from here, bring your right hand to the inside of your right foot. Go ahead and pick up the right toes and rotate them towards the right corner of your mat. Start to feel your knee falling outward. Keep the left hand grounded and bring the right hand to the inside of the right knee. Begin to open up using a little bit of pressure from that right hand to bring the knee a little bit off towards the side, coming onto the pinky edge of the right foot, and then beginning to send your gaze back behind you as you drop the hips down. Nice twist, all the while getting that lovely stretch through the left hip flexor. Take 2 more breaths. 1 more deep breath. Use the exhale to twist and wring it all out. And finding your way back through center. Go ahead and bring the hands to frame the foot. And then from here, shift your weight back, walking the hands underneath of the shoulders, right toes up towards the sky, half Hanumanasana, lift up through the heart. And then exhale to fold. Lift and lengthen. Exhale, release. 1 more time, find that flat back, lift up. Exhale, chest to the thigh. Looking forward, bending back into that knee. Go ahead and bring the right knee back to meet the left. Shift your weight back, take child's pose, let it go. Releasing the elbows down, releasing the forehead down, and then just shaking your hips from side to side. Another breath here in your child's pose. And then rising back up into tabletop. So this time we start by kicking the left leg back, flexing those left toes in, feeling your shoulders pull back, belly squeezing in towards the spine, and then extending out through the right fingertips. Go ahead and bring it together and extend. Squeeze elbow to knee and reach long. 1 more time, bring it in, send it long, and then bend into that left foot, reach around, grabbing off of the foot, kicking up, finding whatever variation works for you, knowing that wherever you are is where you're supposed to be. Last breath. And go ahead and find your way back out into extension. This time we flip the right palm, send it over towards the right, kicking that left leg out. Bring it back through center. Send it out wide. 2 more times. Make sure you're breathing to match the movement. Last time. Come back through center. Go ahead and drop the hand down, bring the knee in towards the nose, and then step the foot in between the hands. Wiggle, wiggle, toes. And then left hand comes to the inside of the left foot.
Pick up the left toes, rotate them towards the left corner of your mat. Right hand stays down, left hand to that left knee, and then begin to sink down as you send your gaze back. Find that breath. Exhale, hopefully taking you a little bit deeper in towards your twist. Beautiful. One more deep breath. Last opportunity to look back, find that great big rotation, and then come back through center. Bring the toes back forward, release the left hand to the outside of the left foot, and then begin to shift your weight back. Hands come underneath of the shoulders, left toes to the sky, lift up, and exhale to fold. Lift and lengthen. Chest to the thigh. One more time, full breath in. Use this exhale to fold as deeply as you can. And then gaze to the toes. Release that left foot down. Hands come forward. Bring that left knee back to meet the right. This time, curl the toes under and then lift yourself up. Downward facing dog. So just like before, about 5 breaths to do whatever feels good here. Maybe you're pedaling it out. Maybe you're rolling in and out of plank pose. Maybe you're staying still. Just notice what the body is craving and what just kind of innately comes without thinking about where you want to go. Nice. Take one more breath. And then from here, release both heels down towards the ground. Really press firmly through the hands, maybe even taking a look at those hands to make sure that you've got plenty of space in between the fingertips. Send your gaze back towards the toes and feel your chest pull back towards the thigh. From here, go ahead and reach your right leg up to the sky and then bring your knee into the nose, come forward into cheetah. Send it back up. Bring the right knee to the right elbow. Send it to the sky. And then cross the body, right knee over to that left elbow. Go ahead and kick the foot out and let's take fallen triangle. Press into that right hand, press into the pinky edge of the right foot as you lift up through the fingertips. Move the gaze up towards the sky. Hold for one more deep breath. And then release the left hand down. Bring that right knee back into the chest. Send the right leg up and then bend the knee and open up the hip. Start to take some circles with the ankle, a couple times in one direction, a couple times in the other direction. Go ahead and re-extend that right leg up to the sky. And then bring that right foot so that your first 2 toes on the right foot are coming to frame that left heel. Start to release. Press that left heel towards the ground and then pull your chest back towards your thighs, finding a nice big stretch through that left hamstring. One more big breath. And then last time, to extend the right leg up towards the sky, come forward into your high plank and hold for 3 breaths. So really try to lift up through that right foot, coming onto the ball of the left foot. Hold for 1 more breath, and then release the right foot down. Pedal it out for a moment, shake it out. And then here we go, left leg, send it up towards the sky. Bring the knee into the nose and send it up. Left knee, left elbow, send it back. Go ahead and cross it over, kick that left foot outside of the right hand, and then reach those right fingertips to the sky. Notice if you can't find a little bit more lift through the hips, through those fingertips. Press, press, press into that bottom hand, but feel the lift. 1 more breath, and then release the right hand down. Bring that left knee in, send it up to the sky, bend the knee, open up the hip. Again, circle it around. A couple times in each direction, maybe hearing a little smoke crackle. And then extend the left leg up. From here, bring those left toes to frame the right heel. And then slowly begin to use that left foot to press the right heel down. working the chest towards the thighs. Gaze back behind you, lots of length through the shoulders, through the hamstring. One more breath. And then go ahead and re-extend left leg to the sky. One more time, here we go. Bring your shoulders past your wrists, high plank. Really thinking about lifting up through that back leg. Really lifting up through that right heel. All of the breath, all of the strength. Last inhale, and then release left foot down. Take an inhale, open up the mouth, let it go. Go ahead and look forward and begin to tiptoe your way to the top of the mat. Once you get to the top of the mat, go ahead and bring those feet to hip distance. Find a halfway lift. On your exhale, just fold. Again, Ardha Uttanasana, lift and lengthen. And exhale to fold. One more time, find a flat back, hands to the fronts of the shins, pull the shoulders back, and then exhale, release. Begin to bring your left foot back behind your right foot, so bringing pinky toe to meet pinky toe. And from here, bring your hands to your heart. Bend into your knees and start to sink down, coming into a bit of a balancing posture. So we've got the legs crossed in front of us and hands at the heart. Yeah, it's a challenge. Find about 3 breaths here, falling in and out. It's a tough one. I did this in a class the other day and I was like, wow, that's kind of tough. One more breath and then release the hands down, lift it up. Unwind the legs and you got it, just switch it out. Bring that right foot behind the left, hands to the heart, bend into the knees and begin to sink down into balance. 3 breaths, 2 breaths, last one. Nice, hands down, lift it up, unwind. From here, begin to reach the arms up towards the sky. Bring those palms to your heart center. Take a big inhale. Open up, let it go. And then arms reach high, look up. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale for a halfway lift. Hands down, step it back. Find your way to plank pose. Your choice, knees up or knees down. Make your way through a vinyasa. And then come back to downward facing dog. Send the right leg to the sky and step the right foot forward. Go ahead and drop the left knee down and then come up. Find your low lunge. Reach up, low crescent lunge. Sink down into the hips. One more breath to reach through the fingertips. And this time as you begin to sink down, bring the hands to the heart, roll the shoulders up, back, and down, and then take a twist over towards the right. Left elbow outside of that right knee. Press the palms together and then see if you can't find that 90-degree angle through that right elbow. Maybe the gaze goes up and back, challenging your balance. Just a little bit more. One more breath. And then coming back through center, reach the arms up towards the sky, a little bit of a back bend. Exhale, hands down to the ground, curl the left toes under, step it to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. And then exhale, fold. Reach it all the way to the sky. Always option for that back bend at the top. And then release as you bow down. Inhale, half lift. And hands down, step it back. Make your way through your vinyasa. Knowing that if you don't feel like vinyasa today, it's always an option to skip. Once you get to downward facing dog, left leg, reach it to the sky. And go ahead and bring that left foot forward, drop the right knee down, and then begin to rise up. Reaching the arms up towards the sky. See if you can't sink a little bit lower. One more big breath. Bring the palms to the heart, and then twist over towards the left. Right elbow outside of the left knee. Again, pressing palm into palm, right there. Notice where your thumbs are. Hopefully they're lining up with the front of your chest. If not, see if you can't pull your left shoulder back just a little bit. Gaze back behind you. Yeah, embrace the wobble. Final deep breath here into your twist. And then find your way back through center, reach up, back bend as you reach the heart up, lifting up, and then exhale, hands down. Curl the right toes under, find your way back to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Reach it up towards the sky, and then fold right back down. Inhale, and exhale. Step it back, plank pose. Again, vinyasa through if that's what you like, or straight to downward facing dog. From here, right leg reaches up, and step the right foot forward. This time we're gonna rise up into our high crescent lunge, so keeping that back knee lifted, and then sink down into it. Find reach, and then find relax. Again, palms to the heart, and then twist towards the right. This time, if you'd like, maybe you free the arms, releasing that left hand to the outside of the right ankle, right arm up towards the sky. Feel that reach and that lift. If the right hand is reaching towards the sky, maybe sparking the fingers, taking one more final inhale. And then as you make your way back through center, go ahead and reach the arms up towards the sky. And then palms to the heart, left foot top of the mat. Arms reach up. Take it to a fold. Halfway lift. Hands down, step or jump it back. Vinyasa through, coming to downward facing dog. Left leg reaches high. Looking forward, step the left foot to the top of the mat. Come on up. Anjaneyasana, high crescent lunge. Feel yourself sink down as you lift up through the fingertips. One more breath. Palms to the heart, twisting to the left. Again, maybe you stay, or perhaps you find an opening with the arms. Right hand down, left arm up. Again, maybe sparking those left fingers, sharing energy. Opening the heart, wherever you are, final breath, and then making your way back through center, reaching arms up, sink down, one more inhale. Bring the palms to the heart, right foot top of the mat. 2 more rounds. Reach up, bow down, half lift, hands to the ground, straight to down dog or through a flow. Right leg to the sky. And again, we step it through. Find our high crescent lunge. Last time to twist on this side. Couple variations or options. So again, we can stay. Maybe we start to open it up. Option number 1, if you've got the arms open, is to bring that right hand back behind you for a half bind. Maybe the left hand comes underneath of that right thigh and you find fingers taking the bind. Full bind, bringing that right shoulder up over the left. Last option, if you feel like your balance is really good today, starting to put all of the weight in towards that right foot and then lifting up through that left leg. Hanging out wherever you are for 3, 2, and 1. Finding your way back through center, reach up, look up. Palms to the heart, left foot top of the mat, last round. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale for halfway lift. Hands down. You decide, straight to down dog or through a vinyasa. Left leg, here we go. Send it high. Look forward, step it through, and rise up. Palms to the heart. Here we go, twisting towards the left. Again, so many options. Option number 1, great place to be. Option number 2, open up. Maybe it's a half bind. Maybe it's a full bind. Maybe there's a balance. Maybe one side is a little more balanced than the other. But wherever you are, working through for 3. Ooh, as I fall out. 2. One more breath.
Find your way back through center. Palms to the heart. Right foot comes forward. Thumbs to the chest. Close the eyes. Take 3 breaths here. Just feeling the beat of the heart. Feeling the movement of the breath. One more deep inhale. Go ahead and flutter the eyes open. From here, bring the big toes to touch, heels apart. Sink it back into your Utkatasana. So, sinking your booty low and then reaching the arms up towards the sky. We're actually going to take another variation here. So, take another breath, sink one more time, and then bring your palms to your heart. Keep that right leg bent, and then step your left foot behind you, sink down into it. Yeah, so bend the knees. As you come forward, bring that left knee to the chest. Step the left foot back, sink into the knees. Bring the left knee into the chest, and then sink back. Last time, pull that left knee into the chest. This time, bringing those fingers to interlace in front of that left knee, that left shin, and pulling the knee up and towards the chest. Option to stay here or to open up. Maybe you extend through that right arm. Maybe you find your toe bind, bringing those fingers onto the left toe, extending the leg out. Again, finding 3 breaths. Lots of balance today. Do what works for you. Final inhale. Bring the knee back in, back through center. Drop the foot down, back to Utkatasana. Big breath in, sink it low. Lift through the heart and sink through the hips. One more time. Sink as low as you can go. Palms to the heart. Here we go. Right foot outside of that left foot. Sink into it. And then come forward, bringing that right knee in. Step it back. Sink low. Come through center. Step back. Last time to hug that right knee in towards the chest. And then you decide. Maybe this is where you're at. Hanging right here. Great place to be. Maybe you open it up. Maybe you extend an arm. Maybe you extend a leg. Finding your balance. Smile. It's just yoga. No biggie. One more inhale. Ooh, come back through center. Go ahead and drop the foot down. Just one breath in your Utkatasana. Sink super low. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Make your way through a flow or skip it and come straight to Urdhva Mukha, downward facing dog. Once you get there, sending that right leg high. Go ahead and look in between the hands. Step the foot forward. Rise up into warrior one. Reach the arms up towards the sky, sink down into that front knee. Notice if you can't find a little bit more equal between the hips and the shoulders. Maybe you can find a little bit deeper bend into that front knee. Make sure you're still pressing through the knife edge of that left foot. One more deep breath here. And then open it up into warrior two. So readjusting the back foot, finding lots of space. All the way from that front middle finger to the back. Notice if you can't find a little bit more length here. And then from here, we're just gonna kind of rock back and forth a little bit. So reach back with those left fingers, keep the shoulders up over the hips, and then reach for the front. Fingers back, and fingers forward. One more time, send those left fingers back. Reach those right fingers forward. Come back through center, flip the front palm, and then find a reverse. Take it back. Maybe you release that hand to the thigh. Maybe that left hand is behind the back for a bind. See if you can't sink a little bit lower into that front knee, reaching through those right fingertips. One more big breath. And from here, go ahead and take the bend out of that front knee. Go ahead and reach the arms long. We're coming into 5-pointed star from here. So just pick up the right toes, rotate them towards the wall, and then reach up towards the sky. From here, bring those fingers to interlace overhead, and then take a side bend over towards the right. Bring it back through center, and then side bend over towards the left. One more time, back through center, over to the right, and center, over to the left. Center, reach up, press the pelvis forward, look up towards the sky, and then release the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, right thumb on top, press the fist down towards the ground, relax the shoulders down and back, and then on your exhale, begin to fold forward. Pressing through all four corners of both feet, bending into the knees if you need to, trying to keep those palms pressing together as you release the forehead and then the crown of the head down towards the ground. Just allowing the fist to go as far up and over. This feels good for some of us, all the way over the head for some of us, just hanging out at the low back. Let the head be heavy. Take 2 more breaths. Maybe coming a little bit more forward onto the toes. Last inhale. And then slowly bend into the knees. Lift yourself back up. One more time to reach the arms up towards the sky. Bend back into that front knee. Cartwheel the hands down. Make your way through a vinyasa, maybe keeping that right leg lifted as you flow. And then finding your way back to downward facing dog. Deep breath in, complete breath out. The left leg reaches up to the sky. Head, look forward, step it through, come on up. Find your warrior one. Again, giving yourself a few breaths to get situated. Noticing if the shoulders are riding up to the ears, try to relax them down. Maybe rotating those pinky fingers in towards one another. 2 more breaths, maybe finding a deeper bend in that front knee if that feels good. 1 more deep breath. And then open it up into warrior 2. Finding all that space, all that length, all that power as you sink down into that front knee. Feeling the shoulders right there over the hips and noticing that the arms are at the same height, keeping them level. From here, start to reach those right fingertips back and then send the left fingertips forward. Just a small movement side to side, a little bit into the obliques, into the abs, feeling it through the shoulders. 1 more time, take it back. And then reach forward, flip the left palm up towards the sky, and then take it back into your reverse warrior. Again, you choose wherever that right hand feels comfortable. Maybe it's resting on the back of the thigh, or maybe you're finding a bind. If you can, try to send those left fingertips up and over, maybe bringing that bicep next to the left ear. Taking a final breath here in your reverse warrior. And then from here, go ahead and find your way back into those warrior 2 arms, bending into that left knee, and then extending through that left foot. Rotating the left toes over towards the opposite wall. Arms reach up, coming back into that 5-pointed star. Again, interlace the fingers up over the head. Really try to work those biceps in line with the ears. This time we're going to take it all the way around. So take the hands over towards the right and then reach it all the way to the ground, over towards the left and then back up through center. Great big circle all the way around. Back up through center. Last time in this direction. And when you find your way back to the top, take it over to the left. Move through center, to the left. Center, last time, full rotation. And all the way back up, reach up. And then again, hands release to the low back. This time, left thumb on top as you interlace the fingers, press the fist down. Shoulders roll up, back, and down. And then hinging at the hip, come forward.
Option to stay here, or if you'd like to go upside down, feel free to release the hands, taking a straddle headstand, a tripod headstand. If there's another variation that you'd like here in your wide-legged forward fold, feel free to take it. Maybe just shifting the weight side to side, maybe just hanging out. Really nice stretch for the shoulders. Your practice, you decide what it is that you're craving. Give yourself a chance to follow that. Wherever you are, one more deep breath. Bend into the knees, begin to rise back up. Reach the arms to the sky one more time, 5-pointed star. Come back through to warrior two. Last vinyasa, cartwheel the hands down, step it back. Make your way through a flow and then drop to your knees. Find your way into child's pose, releasing the hips towards the heels and bringing the hands back by your ankles, releasing through the shoulders. Let's find one more breath here in our child's pose. And begin to lift yourself up. Hook your hands back in line with your hips. Go ahead, lift yourself up so that you can curl the toes under. Let's take a little stretch through the heels. So just sit your weight back onto your heels. Nice stretch for the feet. For those with any sort of plantar fasciitis, nice stretch. Let's find a way to take our mind off of those feet. So reach the arms to the sky. Go ahead and use that right hand to grab onto the left wrist. Take a big stretch and then a side bend over towards the right. Bring it back through center. Then switch it out. Take that side bend to the other side. Bring it back through center. Go ahead and sweep that left arm across the body and then use that right arm underneath. So just find a little bit of a figure four shape there to relax that left shoulder down. Reach through the fingers, spark the fingers, take another inhale. Reach the arms back up to the sky, this time sweeping that right arm across the body, hooking it underneath of that left elbow. Spark fingers, still sitting up tall. I know we're almost there. One more breath. Reach the arms to the sky, big inhale. And then exhale, hands down, uncurl the feet, tap the tops of the feet on the mat. And then from here, go ahead, shift your weight back so that you can roll over to your right hip, extending your legs out in front of you. Go ahead and give those legs a stretch. And then from here, gonna find our figure four legs. So, gonna pull that right knee in towards the body and then stack it right there on top of the left thigh. So you've got your right ankle on top of your left thigh. Hands by your sides, and then begin to slide that left foot in towards your bum. So lots of options again. Maybe you're good right here. Maybe this is as far as you wanna go. Nice hip stretch. Maybe you want to press into the hands, lift your booty up and bring your booty a little bit closer towards that right heel. Perhaps the hands stay by your side. Or maybe if you want to take the bind, interlacing the fingers in front of the body, bringing that right hand through, finding the fingers of the left hand, sit up tall, and maybe you can bring your chest a little bit closer towards the shin. Wherever you are, trying to flex those right toes in towards the right shin and trying to stay lifted here. Try not to let yourself roll forward. Even if you're bringing the chest a little bit closer to the shin, you still want to feel lifted through the crown of the head. Nice. Figure four, always an option, an alternative to pigeon, seated or on your back. Nice. Take one more breath.
And if you have the hands in front of the shin, go ahead and release them back to the outsides of the hips. From here, we're going to make our way into our double pigeon. So begin to wiggle that left shin down to the ground, maybe starting to find a stacking sensation, bringing that right knee over top of the left ankle, and then, or I'm sorry, right knee, yes, over top of the left ankle, and then right ankle on top of the left knee. For some of us, that actually happens. For some of us, there's lots of space, and that's perfectly fine. Just let that knee hang out, all right? Option one, stay as you are. Option two, arms to the sky. Take a breath, and then exhale, fold forward. If you are folding forward, think about lifting up through the chest, seeing if that chest can't either come to the top of that right shin or maybe even up and over. Maybe the arms stay extended or maybe you release down to the elbows. Again, so many options. You decide what works best in your body. Lots of hips as well as balance today, noticing how the hips feel. For most of us, pretty tight. Keep a lot of emotion in the hips. A lot of us are going through it these days, so feel all the feels. One more big breath. And begin to find your way back. We're simply going to unwind the legs, bring the feet down to the ground, knees to the sky, and then just windshield wiper side to side. Release through that right hip. And then find your way back through center. Go ahead and extend the legs out again. This time we're going to bring that left ankle on top of the right thigh. Hands by your side and begin to pull that right foot in. You choose, stay as you are, maybe finding a way to get a little bit closer towards the heel by lifting up through your bum. Hands remain by your side, or maybe you take the bind in front of the body. Again, just noticing if you're hunching or rounding, feel the lift. Crown of the head, reach up, chin parallel to the mat, flexing the toes in. Simply close the eyes. Breathe into any form of discomfort, knowing that the breath will get us through anything. Last two breaths. And then slowly releasing if you have the bind. And we're gonna just start to wiggle that right shin so that it's coming down to the ground, stacking up to the best of your ability. And then you decide again, maybe you stay as you are, or perhaps you reach the arms up and take a fold. Finding the length. Arms can stay straight or they can release. And on your next exhale, begin to walk yourself back in. Again, releasing those feet to the ground, knees to the sky as you take it side to side. Just this time letting go of any tension through that left hip. And coming back through center. From here, reach the arms out past the legs. Go ahead and wiggle the fingers. Wiggle the feet a little bit, plug the shoulders in, and then slowly begin to roll yourself down, one bone at a time, really pressing through those feet, trying to stay lifted as long as you can, and then eventually finding your way all the way down to the mat, bringing the knees back into the chest, rock it side to side. Since we took half laughing baby at the beginning, let's go for our full laughing baby. So go ahead and find either a toe bind, maybe you grab the outsides of the feet, maybe you grab the outsides of the ankles, and then work to pull the knees in towards the armpits.
You have the option to stay still or maybe like to rock from side to side, maybe coming all the way over, bringing that right knee to touch, back through center, rolling over to the left side. Couple more breaths, really noticing if you can't bring those knees a little bit closer in towards the body for one last stretch through the hips. And eventually, finding your way back through center, bringing the soles of the feet together. Go ahead and interlace your fingers on the outsides, on the pinky edges of the feet. And then spread the knees wide as you pull the feet in towards the chest. From here, staying and breathing, or maybe beginning to lift yourself up, bringing the forehead towards the toes towards the forehead. Maybe they connect. One final deep breath. And then release your head down. Send the legs up to the sky. Release your hands by your side. And on a slow count of 5, gonna lower the legs all the way to the ground for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arms find their way overhead. Big full body stretch. There's the wiggle. Fingers, toes, ankles, wrists. And then releasing your hands down by your sides. Flip the palms up towards the sky. And settle in. Just about 2 minutes here in our Savasana. If you'd like a longer Savasana, feel free, please. Just give yourself at least 2 minutes, right? Just to feel all of the feels. Notice the way the body has changed, and perhaps it hasn't changed at all. Perfectly fine. Just the ability to notice, taking the time to be present and aware. Earth below, sky above, and peace within. Slowly and gently beginning to reawaken the body. Wiggle out again through those fingers and toes. Those nice circles, the ankles and wrists. Go ahead and reach your arms one last time up and over the head for that lovely full body stretch. And then when you're ready, bringing the knees into the chest. Giving yourself one more great big, well-deserved hug. And then rolling off to your right side, coming into fetal position. The success of yoga does not lie in the ability to perform postures, but instead, the success of yoga is how it positively changes the way we live our life and relate to those around us.
Very slowly begin to make your way into an easy seat, crossing the legs in front of your body, allowing the eyes to remain closed, and then bringing your palms back to your heart center. Press your thumbs into your heart. Feel the beat, feel the breath. Deep inhale. Complete exhale. Bring your thumbs up to your forehead, your third eye center. May all beings be happy. May all beings be loved. And may all beings be safe. I bow to you in Namaste.